If you choose to master it, money becomes a wonderful servant. If you don't, it will surely master you. Do you ever wonder if you are on the right path financially? You might be asking yourself, do I have too many credit cards? Am I investing right? Should I be saving for the future? How do I invest for the future? What is my financial strategy? In this video, we looked at 5 takeaways from The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. That will hopefully help you answer some of these questions for yourself. And by the end of it, you will also have learned why it's worth you getting this book, even if you read only 2 pages of it and put it aside afterwards. And we might even explore those 2 pages. Alright, let's dive in. The pursuit of financial independence is not about retirement. Many imagine that once you're financially independent, the lifestyle that awaits is you sipping pina coladas on the beach every day. While that might be true for the first few weeks or even months of early retirement, if you achieve it, this beach lifestyle would quickly get boring. So what is the pursuit of financial independence about then? If it's not about living the beach lifestyle every single day, until death do you part. It's about having options. It's about being able to say no. It's about having FU money and the freedom it provides. It's about having the option to wait and choose a job you like if you get laid off, instead of having to rush to the next gig that comes along because you are short on cash. It's about being able to take a break from work and go travel for a couple of months if you choose to do so, without having to worry about money. It's about giving you the time freedom to create and work on projects you like and maybe even get paid for them, as opposed to being chained to a job you do not like. It's about freeing yourself from this modern kind of slavery called employment, where if you don't work for someone else, you don't survive. Financial independence is at least as much about being able to live modestly as it is about cash. Enters the parable of the monk and the minister. 2 close boyhood friends grow up and go their separate ways. One becomes a humble monk, the other a rich and powerful minister to the king. Years later, they meet as they catch up. The portly minister, in his fine robes, takes pity on the thin and shabby monk. Seeking to help, he says, "You know, if you could learn to cater to the king, you wouldn't have to live on rice and beans." To which the monk replies, "If you could learn to live on rice and beans, you wouldn't have to cater for the king." Most of us fall somewhere between the two. As for me, I feel it is better to be closer to the monk. Being independently wealthy is every bit as much about limiting needs as it is about how much money you have. It has less to do with how much you earn than what you value. If your lifestyle matches or exceeds your income, even if that said income is significant, you forfeit your hope of financial independence. High-income earners often go broke, while low-income earners get to financial independence. So where do I start? How can I live more modestly? You may want to consider living a minimalist lifestyle. Not only will it declutter your life of material things, it will also help you save. You'll have reduced your needs and at the same time created a source of cash with which to invest. So consider living well under your means. Stop thinking about what your money can buy. Start thinking about what your money can earn, and then think about what the money it earns can earn. Once you begin to do this, you'll start to see that when you spend money, not only is that money gone forever, the money it might have earned is gone as well, and so on. Clearly, none of this is to say we should never spend. Rather, it is to fully understand the implications when we do. Money can buy many things, none of which is more important than your financial independence. And you get that financial independence with this simple formula. Spend less than you earn, invest the surplus, avoid debt. Quick pause. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe as it helps the channel. Investing should be kept simple. Here is an important truth. Complex investments exist only to profit those who create them and sell them. Not only are they more costly to the investor, they are less effective. The thing is, nobody can predict the future precisely. And that's something you need to remember when looking at investing. It is simply not possible to time the market, regardless of all the heavily credentialed gurus on CNBC and the likes who claim they can. The market always goes up in the very long run, and it is always a wild, rocky ride along the way. Since we can't predict these swings, we need to toughen our mentality and ride them out by investing for the long term. Learning to live with this reality is critical to successful investing. And successful investing is by definition long-term. Any investing done for the short term is by definition speculation, and you never want to speculate. So save as much as possible and use an investment vehicle like VTSAX. VTSAX is a low-cost index fund that tracks the CRSP US Total Market Index, which represents approximately 100% of the investable US stock market and includes large, mid, small, and micro-cap stocks regularly traded on the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq. This Vanguard ETF is low-cost, well-diversified, and tracks the US stock market. The market is the most powerful wealth-building tool of all times. It in general performs better than manually picked stock portfolios. Debt is an unacceptable burden. Pause for a moment and take a look at people around you, literally and figuratively. What you'll often see if you scratch the surface just a little bit is an unquestioning acceptance of the single most dangerous obstacle to building wealth, known as debt. Due to how it's marketed, car easy finance, take out a loan and pay yourself the best education. Apply for this credit card, spend and pay for a certain amount within your first 3 months, which by the way is usually in the thousands of dollars, and get award points to pay for your next holiday or get lounge access at the airports. Buy now, enjoy the goods, and pay later. Really disgusting marketing if you pause to think about it. The lines between needs and wants are continuously and intentionally blurred by marketing. Companies invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in employing specialists to figure out how to make you open your wallet. That's their only focus on a daily basis. You've got no chance if you don't pause to think about it. Nowadays, most see debt as their ticket to the good life. But beware of debt. It erodes your chances of reaching financial freedom due to the high interest that you need to pay to service the debt. The interest you pay is money that you're giving away instead of having it work for you. Beware of credit cards' minimum payment scheme. In this case, if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Credit card providers charge you an exorbitant amount of interest on the amount you have not paid, and credit cards have one of the highest interest rates. So, best to pay the full amount each month so you don't have to pay interest. Remember, credit card companies are out there to make money, not to make your dreams come true. The goal is to reach financial independence, not a hypothetical good life financed by debt. Most won't achieve financial independence in their lifetime, and their acceptance of debt is the single biggest reason why. A good framework in the book to use to assess how you should be paying your debt is as follows. If your debt interest rate is less than 3%, pay it off slowly and route the extra money you're saving to your investments instead, i.e. VTSAX. If your debt interest rate is between 3 to 5%, do whatever feels more comfortable. Either put your money to debt payment or investment. If your debt interest is more than 5%, pay it off ASAP Spending too much time worrying about how things might turn out is a waste of time. It's a huge waste of time, but it's a bit hardwired in us. If we've planned for the future, we've set course on a path that we think will make us happy and we think will work out in the end, although there might be challenges along the way, then we should set ourselves on the path, work as hard as we can to reach our goal, and forget. Meaning we should stop worrying about how things might work out. Bonus material. Let's take a look at those 2 pages that make this book worth buying. This is the book. I'm just gonna read through some of it. Here are a few key guidelines to consider. Spend less than you earn. Invest the surplus. Avoid debt. Do simply this and you will wind up rich. Carrying debt is as appealing as being covered with leeches and has much the same effect. Take out your sharpest knife and start scraping the little bloodsuckers off. If your lifestyle matches, or God forbid, exceeds your income, you are no more than a gilded slave. Avoid fiscally irresponsible people. Never marry one or give him or her access to your money. Avoid investment advisors. Too many have only their own interest at heart. By the time you know enough to pick a good one, you know enough to handle your own finances. It's your money and no one will care better for it than you. You own the things you own and they in turn own you. Money can buy many things, but nothing more valuable than your freedom. Youth should be spent exploring, building, and expanding one's horizon, not grinding away in chains in the form of jobs that we cannot leave because we need them to serve the greater gods, known as loans and debt. Loans we took to finance our education, car, house, or extravagant shopping behavior. Set yourself free, pay off all your debt, and use your time to explore this planet that we are on only for a short trip, instead of being shackled to a desk in a 9-to-5 job, trying to finance a fake, luxurious lifestyle. I hope you got some value out of the video. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, my friend, take care.